Hello everybody, here we are starting week 4. This week you're going to perform your cardiovascular exercise program that has been approved by me, and you're going to do the assessments for resistance training and flexibility. So the first thing I want to show you is that on this lab that you are supposed to do this week, you want to make sure that you're getting your resting heart rate done at as early in the morning as possible while waking up with no alarm clock. Then you want to make sure that you're using these numbers. If you're using the PDF that is autofillable and it is creating a challenge for you, go to the study area of your mastering website and download the regular lab, and you can do all the math your own self. So this is mission critical. When you're getting into these numbers and you have the low heart rate zone and the high heart rate zone, you want to round these numbers. Anything 5 and above goes up, anything 4 and below goes down. Same with this. It's really difficult to take a partial heart rate check, correct? I've noticed that several people have used this number incorrectly. So you want to take your predicted max heart rate, and that is from this very first method, max heart rate. So you would take 220 minus your age, and that would equal this number. This number is what you carry down. Many of you are 20, so you're bringing 200 down. 19, 201, 21, 199. So then you take that number and you multiply it by 0.5, and that answer goes in here. Then you divide it by 6. You're going to choose some sort of exercise that you're going to do for 30 minutes, and you're going to track your heart rate for that time frame. When you're looking at perceived exertion, the other thing you want to take into consideration is how are you feeling? Your textbook talks a lot about perceived exertion in this chapter, and you want to think, how does my heart feel? How does my head feel? How do my muscles feel? How hard is this? And with 1 being easy as pie and 10 being, oh my goodness, I can't make 1 more second. Okay? And take a look at some of those things. You'll then put some reflections down on there about those things and move on to the next lab. The next lab is 3.2, and you're going to assess your cardiovascular level. I've said this on multiple places, in the homework, on the sheet, in the previous video. But the thing is that for this one, you select one of these tests, only one. If you can do the 1.5 mile test, and you have a track that you can run around, and almost every high school allows for that to happen in the area, then you would use that test. If you're unable to run 1.5 miles, then you would choose the other one. There's a walking assessment, a 1 mile walking, and a 3-minute step test. On the 3-minute step test, several people have made this error. They take their 15-second heart rate and they put it in here for beats per minute. So if my 15-second heart rate were 20, you must multiply that by 4 in order to get what my beats per minute were. Keep that in mind. It's a beats per minute. So your 15-second number must be multiplied by 4. I hope that's helpful. The last and final portion of Chapter 3 Lab that's related to this week is that you have to design a program that I approve for you to perform 2 times this week. So you'll go through and do your planning and SMART goal setting throughout this, and then you will see that there's a place where you can design. This is your program design sheet. Now, there's no need for you to write dates in here at this point in time. All I want for you to do is let me know the days of the week that you're going to be exercising. You're going to answer A, activity. I'm going to be walking. I'm going to be jogging. I'm going to be swimming. I'm going to be cycling. What's going to be your aerobic activity? That's all we care about right now. I is your target heart rate zone. It's very difficult to maintain a heart rate, so that's why you find a target heart rate zone. Your workouts should be done within that target heart rate zone. At the beginning, after your warm-up, you'll have 5 minutes and you'll be at the low end. And then you want to work up and down throughout that range, throughout the time frame. which is what T stands for. Not the time of day, but literally the time you plan on exercising. Please keep in mind that aerobic exercise needs to be done for a minimum of 15 minutes. So if you're going to be doing aerobic exercise, it needs to be 15 minutes. Okay? Remember, do not begin a program without my approval. And when you do get to this week and you're working on your program, you will see that this week's aerobic exercise asks you to log it. Every time you do an exercise program or engage in an activity, you need to do a warm-up. So you'll do a 5 to 7 minute warm-up. Then you will do your minimum 15 minutes of cardio or whatever that activity is that you're going to do. Within the first 5 minutes, you'll record your heart rate. You'll record your heart rate at the middle time, and then you'll record your heart rate at the highest point that you're exercising. You'll work all of that into some sort of log. You may use the log that's in the book, but it does not include all of those things. So keep in mind that you may modify it in some way, shape, or form, but you need to include all of those. You need to include your target heart rate zone. You need to include what you've done for your warm-up, which must be 5 to 7 minutes. You will include what the activity was. You will record your exercise heart rate within the first 5 minutes, at the halfway point, and at the highest, most intensity. When you're finished with your aerobic activity, however long it's going to be, you will then actually start your cool down. In your cool down is where you do stretching and decreasing your heart rate. Do not begin stretching until your heart rate has gone below 100 beats per minute. Okay? So keeping that in mind, you can write your log and journal reflection entries all on the same page that you submit into your homework assignment. Please let me know if you have any questions about your exercise session. This is our first exercise session. You'll also be doing your resistance training assessments. Be sure to read each one of those carefully and follow the protocols. Thanks, and have a great day.